Okay, first thing you want to do is you want to make sure, get you a magazine, newspapers, whatever. Set your board down on that. You don't want to set it down on the table, because if there's any water on the table, it'll short circuit. So, okay, now here's our power supply. Here's our monitor. Now everything is still hooked up the same as far as the monitor, the keyboard, and the mouse. But now here we go with the power supply. Remember I told you, hook all your little fittings up first, because once you put your big one on there, sometimes you can't, it's kind of hard to get around there to it. So really the only thing we have in the way of a small one, this is your auxiliary, if I can get it around here, auxiliary power supply. Okay, that's for your fan and whatnot, other essentials. Okay, now we have, let's see, the only other one we need, okay, now we've got our big one, and you can see we have a leader after this one. So we have the big one and we have a small one right after that. They'll only go in one way, and usually when they're tied together like this, it's an option to plug it into the same terminal. So, and these things will only go in one way. So tie this one. Let's see if I can get around here and get this right. Okay, set that in there. Push her down till you hear it click. And then this other one, like I said, it'll only go one way. So if you want to use it, but since this one didn't have it, we won't use it. But normally what you do, this is for a board that needs more juice, and this is just a little extra power to certain parts. Maybe the memory, maybe the CD, or gives it extra for the floppy, whatever the case may be. Anyway, that's all we need hooked up as far as the power goes. Now we need to hook up, our hard drive. These connectors only go one way, and you see it's got that little downward tooth hookup on it, so that always goes down. So we'll hook that one up. Okay, we've got our hard drive hooked up. Got our power supply, and the red one is for the hard drive that goes to the main board. Alright, got that done. At this point you don't need any CD-ROM or anything. All we're doing is just looking to see what works. Now what you can do, you can actually build a unit. If you get a box and you get all the parts, we're talking about brand new, what you can do is put this whole unit together, put your memory in, put your CPU, put your fan, put all your other stuff that you can get in there before you actually put it in the box, because once you put it in the box, it's really hard to get to some of these connections. So this is a good chance for you to learn to see how this actually works. That's why you're using a $15 computer, to see if you can actually do it. Because what you've done now, you've taken it out of the case, taken everything off, and the only thing you need to do to hook it up to get it running is just your auxiliary power. You got your main power, you got your hard drive, and that's really all you need. Okay, we're going to hook this thing up. Now like I said, everything coming into this board is all 12 volt. Now there's a bunch of 5 volt, I'm not even going to get into that. But in any case, this is all DC. Your AC is inside this box. You do not want to go inside this box. And you definitely want to make sure you have a grounded wall plug, because if something happens and this case gets energized accidentally, you'll get a hell of a zap. Alright, we're going to turn it on. Now some boards, before I do turn it on, you take a screwdriver, and then when you turn it on, sometimes you need to go to the one that says power. It usually says PW, or sometimes they got it small enough to where it'll say power, POW. But when you turn it on, sometimes you need to just touch all of these individually. Don't touch more than two of them at a time, and it'd be directly across from each other with a screwdriver. Something that's taped up that's only showing just the very tip, because all it is just a reset. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention is get your monitor hooked up, and then get your mouse and your keyboard cables hooked up, and you want to make sure everything is on. And now we'll flip it on. Okay, so this one automatically turns on by itself, so we don't need to worry about those switches. So what we'll do now is just take a look. What'll happen is you'll come up with a system fan has failed, so you just follow the directions. Press F2. So we'll press F2, then we come up here, we get all this, press F1 to enter setup. We don't need to do that because hopefully there's something already on the hard drive. Yeah, Windows is already on the hard drive, so really, oh boy, this thing is firing up, and you see it's just sitting here out of the box. Out of the case, I guess I should say. Yep. Okay. Well, there you have it. So if you actually want to try to get one of these to do on your own, I wish you luck and have fun. Now when you're ready to scrap this thing out, take it back to Goodwill or whoever does. Goodwill is doing computer recycling, so you can take it there, or you can take it to a computer shop. A lot of them will take them because they use parts out of them to get other things to run. Alright, well, good luck.